Peace reflections. Hello. Wake up. Wake up. You've been sleeping, living in a reality that I'm going to describe to you the contents of what you are experiencing. You, at one point in your existence, as a species, you were a wild animal, a wild being. You were coexisting with nature in your natural habitat. You were eating food from that environment. You knew how to survive. You knew the plants, you knew the animals, you knew the flora and the fauna up and down like the back of your hand. Now, no longer. Now, your food has been taken away from you. Your environment has been changed and manipulated. You have been changed and manipulated. You have been implemented into a system that is in control. A system that is not natural, that doesn't abide by nature's laws, but instead is implementing legality, man-made legality, and it's trying to force you to integrate. That's the reality of things. Look around you. Everything is artificial. Everything is fake. Everything that's natural is being suppressed. From the ground and the grass and the plants that grow being covered up with concrete and asphalt to make roads, to your skin, your suit. This is you. This is, touch yourself. This is you. You don't need to cover that up. You shouldn't have to cover that up. You're a being. You're an animal. You don't cover up, a dog, or unless you're like some crazy white person living in Hollywood trying to appease to some type of crowd. But no, this is you. This is your suit. This is what protects you. It's been designed a certain way. It's got bacteria going on it, flora. It's got pores. It's got hairs. It's got a whole ecosystem in itself that is really designed to be exposed. It absorbs sunlight and generates nutrients and creates hormones for your body. It is a machine, a well-built and calibrated machine, but you are hiding it on a day-to-day basis because of the conditioning and the programming and the environment that you surround yourself with. Okay? That's one thing. It's just one thing. Your shoes, you have been insulated from the ground. The earth has an electromagnetic field. Okay? It has a certain electromagnetic field. When you ground yourself, that means when you touch your feet to the ground, your body receives free electrons from the earth that act as antioxidants. They neutralize free radicals. They harmonize and balance your body out, those free electrons, and that is health for you. So you have been insulated from that because you're wearing shoes that aren't conducive, that aren't conductive, and you're stepping on surfaces that aren't conductive, and you're never really making contact with the planet or the electromagnetic field that the planet has. That's another thing. So just these two things alone are already causing massive health implications to you that you aren't even aware of. Okay? Now we come to the food. Like, that's even a crazy thing, You're disconnected from the food. You go into a grocery store and you buy an apple thinking that they grow year round, not knowing that that apple has sometimes been kept up in storage up to a year and frozen and thawed out during the year so that they can make the most out of that harvest that's been imported maybe from Argentina or South America or some other country. Because look around you, everything is seasonal. You're so out of tune that you're not even in tune with the seasons, with what grows during what time of the year. You've been conditioned as such to think that everything that is in a grocery store is supposed to be there for you year round. You've been conditioned to buy things out of bags, boxes, and bottles. You don't know where food comes from. Where does bread come from? What plant creates bread? I mean, some of you might know, depending on your level of consciousness, you might understand that bread is a byproduct of wheat that has been processed. White bread has been processed a certain way, taking out the certain parts of that plant and bleached and done certain things, processed a certain way to make that white flour where white bread comes from. And then you have the whole wheat bread that is, a whole more complete version. But still, some people might think that bread comes from a bakery or something. It's nonsense. You've been so disconnected. You're not functioning correctly. Your brain is not functioning correctly. You're surrounded by EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies that are disturbing your brain potential. You are surrounded by microwaves, i.e. this phone that I'm holding, i.e. the phone you might be holding, or the computer that you're currently viewing this video on. All these are disturbing you. You are an electromagnetic being. At the core surface, at the core, beneath the surface, at the core of your functioning are electrons. Electronic. You're an electronic magnetic being. And you are affected by these things, these waves. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not there. You think your brain is functioning optimally if you have 20, 30 Wi-Fi signals just bombarding every cell in your body at all times? And then you wonder why you can't sleep, why you can't think, why you can't focus, why you can't concentrate, why you have a 3-minute, 2-minute, 1-minute attention span. 15 seconds, you can't even listen to somebody talking for 15 seconds because your brain's all over the place. You wonder why that's happening? You're surrounded by all these waves. It's not supposed to be like that. We're not designed for that environment. We're designed to be in tune with nature. We're designed to be getting sun, be hitting our skin, producing the right amount of hormones. We're designed to be waking up with the sun and going to sleep when the sun goes down. That sun programs you and the clock inside of your brain, inside of your body, through the iris, through your eye. It programs you to know when you're going to sleep. Your body has a clock, and if you're not if you're wearing sunglasses, if you're not exposing yourself to that sunlight, your body is no idea what the hell's going on, because you're supposed to have that sunlight input that's supposed to be generating certain hormones, and it's supposed to be in tune with nature. That clock, solar noon, you're supposed to have the highest, your hydrochloric acid in your stomach is supposed to be highest for digestion. You're supposed to be getting sleepy when the sun goes down, waking up when the sun comes up. Is it like that? No, because you've been disconnected. You need alarm clocks. You don't know how to work with your biology so that you are in control again, because you're being controlled as it is in this moment. You have no idea of your surroundings, you have no awareness of your environment. See, before this whole civilization thing happened, we were connected, we were tapped in. We were aware of what the hell was going on. We are spiritual beings by nature, but then, we've been colonized by the European mindset, that anti-nature mindset that took that away from us and saw that vulnerability in our spirituality and sold us back a version of their spirituality that said you have to go through Jesus now to get to your spirituality, something that you were already connected to. And then they took it a step further, sold you shoes to insulate you from the ground, put clothes on your back to insulate you from the sunlight, and took away your nature, took away your authentic, genuine, natural spirit, and sold this back to you. See, that's what you got to realize about that European artificial mindset, that it takes away everything nature provides in abundance and it sells it back to you, because in this way it controls the supply and it controls the abundance. Why do you think the people who embrace the European mindset the most are the most abundant? Because it's a manipulative system that's seeking to take away from those to have to concentrate the wealth to some other people. You got to wake up from that reality, from that fake artificial reality, and come in tune with the real reality. See, the only reason we're in this mess is because you, day after day, you choose to, and we all do, we choose to play this game. We choose to be a part of it. We choose to go to work, to embrace a career. People, glorify these institutions of supposedly higher learning. Oh, I graduated from MIT, I graduated from Harvard, look at me, I'm a scholar. We were in tune before. We knew the mathematics. We knew we didn't have to break it down to you the way we have to break it down now. We knew how things worked by experientially. We knew what plants were good for us. We knew how to heal our bodies. Now people want to hear science. Oh, your body it detoxifies through some of the detoxification pathways. If you got the MTHFR gene, then you're more susceptible to not be able to detoxify. All these explanations of things that we have are merely observations of living unnaturally. But does it do us any good to see these observations and keep living the way we're living? Or should we just come in tune with nature and not need these scientific observations to live in harmony and to heal our bodies and to live healthfully and vitally and full of life? That's another thing that they're selling to you. Now they're selling you the science, they're selling you pills, they're selling you supplements. The best supplement is out here. It's Mother Nature. Go into a waterfall, go into some cold water, immerse yourself, and tell me that's not the most nutritious supplement that you've ever taken that you can feel right away. You don't need to question it. You don't need to do no double-blind placebo study on nature. Nature is the real deal. Nature is it. Nature is the source from where all this man-made artificial shit comes from. It's just been alchemized in a way that you can't really perceive it to be nature. But if you really look into things, they all come from this planet. It cannot not come from this planet. It's all the source. It's all there is. But it's been manipulated in a way that it's no longer presented to you in a healthy way that's healthy for you. Yes, these plants come from the planet, but if you've been processing them, putting inorganic substances on them, manipulating, alchemizing them, changing their molecular structure, it's not the same thing anymore. It's not what nature provided. Look around you. What other animal is doing such things to their environment, to their food, poisoning themselves? No, because they're in tune. They know intrinsically that anything they do to this planet, they're doing to themselves because they are a part of it. So when I say that in order to move forward in this civilization that we need to reconnect, it is only that way that we can really know how to thrive and survive in this planet, is by reconnecting and becoming a part of it. Because the only way you can hurt this planet is if you perceive yourself, or if you put yourself in the position to be outside of it, which is what we're doing. We're living in civilization. We're no longer connected to this planet. And that's the only way you'll ever be able to hurt this planet, is if you put yourself outside of it or perceive yourself to be outside of it and not a part of it. But when you connect yourself back to it and you perceive yourself to be one with nature, the elements, the birds, the bees, the animals, the plants, then intrinsically, intuitively, you will not harm that, because you will recognize it as a part of you. Why would you harm a part of you? It wouldn't make any sense. So in order so that we may move forward as a species, as a planet, as a civilization, as a whole combined being, we need to reconnect, find balance, live in harmony, and then see from where we could go from there. We're never going to be able to truly find balance and harmony from this place that we're currently at, because we're living in chaos, we're living in destruction, we're living in total annihilation of nature. We're living in total disregard for nature. People out here don't give a shit. They litter, they drive their cars, they go to work, they spend money, spend it like there's no tomorrow, not even thinking twice of the implications that has on this planet that is a part of them. Why? Because they don't see that they're a part of it. They're disconnected from that reality. And they don't care about it in that sense, Because they haven't even found themselves. They can't even find love within themselves. So why the fuck would they give a fuck about the planet? That's why you need to love yourself first. From that, everything else will follow. When you love yourself, you will not hurt yourself. And what is yourself? Yourself is the planet, is the trees, is the birds, is the environment, is nature. Why would you hurt nature if that's you? The only way you can hurt it is if you don't perceive yourself to be a part of it. So you need to wake up from that wicked nightmare, that spell that's been cast upon you. You think that the life we're living better is now? You think that that's a better life for you? Look at these people. They're running around they're stressed out. Their physiology is stressed out by their mind, by bills, by these threats that aren't even real, by the bank coming and taking their house, their car, repossessing their what they so-called own, their material possessions. It's all bullshit. It's all an illusion. See, this is what the Native Americans understood. They understood you couldn't own shit. That's an illusion. They understood the concept of ownership. They just didn't agree with it. They didn't fuck with it. They said, nah, how you gonna own this shit? Like, this is nature. This is us. You can't own anything. You can sell yourself the illusion. You can get other people to buy into the illusion. You can get armies to defend it with weapons, but you will never truly own shit. But that shit might own you. It might own the mindset that you're currently embodying. And until you snap out of that, until you come into your own nature, you will never come into your own power as a human being, and you will never be able to restore balance to the planet until you realize what you truly are. Stop trying to fit into these little molds. Stop trying to fit into what people are saying. Stop trying to be a part of some fucking movement that's just damaging the planet. Come into the real warriorship. Come into the real, warriors who are actually on the front lines and embodying and being that, that regenerative spirit. Anybody could go. I could go right now. I could get a fresh cut, buy some fresh shoes, and try to be this image of something that I've seen on TV. That's just easy. Anybody could do that. It don't take a real man to do that. You don't need to have courage to do that. You don't need to be a warrior to do that. That's bound down to the master shit. But in order to live with nature and be in tune with it in this current civilization, with all the programming, all the conditioning, all the manipulation, it takes a true warrior to face that head on, to see those lies and embody and live the truth, to not live in the lie anymore. It takes a true warrior to do that, because anybody could just fit into this mold. Anybody could just live what everybody else is living. That's the manipulation that they fall into. It takes a true warrior to live by truth. By truth. And what is truth? Truth is nature. Nature provides and is objective. It doesn't care about your opinion. It will always be here before us and after. And until we learn to live in harmony with nature, we will never live in harmony with ourselves. We will always cause destruction. We will always cause chaos. And we will always disrupt the natural order of things. That's why I'm a spokesman for nature. I'm a ambassador for nature. I am nature. I recognize that. And therefore, I can live in harmony with myself and the planet. But not until you guys realize that, will you be able to do the same. And will I stay here? I don't think for very long. I don't think it'll be a lifetime thing to be here in this society, because I realize where I come from, and as such, I'm attracted to that environment. I want to go back there because I'm trying to find my home. And these are tough things to do. Not everybody wants to do them. People just want to be busy on a day-to-day mundane shit, but I've taken it upon myself to be a true warrior and spokesman for nature, and as such I will abide by her laws and be a true warrior. And anybody out there doing the same, I respect you. I respect that warrior spirit. I see you out there making changes. I see you out there being the change, not just talking it. A lot of people are talking it, but All of you out there actually living it, I salute you. All right, peace out, Reflections.